Hey everyone, my name is Jay. I'm with OK Inc. and I'm in charge of the Friends for Friends campaign, where we make short films on different risk factors that teens are facing. And today we're going to be having a conversation with a couple students and adults from Western Reserve. A couple years ago, we made a short film on cutting. It's got over 4 million views on YouTube. We're going to watch the video together, and then we're going to have a discussion on cutting and self-harm. We have Abby and Taylor and Kelly hanging out with us. Go ahead and say hi, everyone.
Hey.
All right, so why don't you guys fill us in on what you've been up to? We made the video 2.5 years ago in 2017. Now it's 2020.
So I'm Taylor. I was in the video, and along with Abby and Kelly, and I'm in college now at YSU. I'm a sophomore studying biology and chemistry. And
Yeah, awesome.
Oh,
wait, whoa, who is this? Somebody's crashing our video chat.
Surprise!
She hacked our video chat.
She said surprise.
Hi, Taylor.
You just made my whole day, I swear.
And we have the late entry, Mrs. Matus.
Yes.
Hi, guys.
Yay.
Miss you.
Miss you.
Abby, why don't you go ahead and share what you've been up to in the last 2.5 years?
I'm also a sophomore at YSU. I'm studying nursing. And that's pretty much all I do is I work at the hospital and I study nursing. Taylor and I are still really good friends. We hang out a lot. And
yeah.
Oh, do you?
That's
true life, yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah. Well, let's go ahead. Let's jump in. Let's watch the video.
The dry
pasta. Comment on the food you guys are eating. You want to say anything about that?
The plain
it's what was in the
broccoli.
fridge that night. Yeah, it's all that was in my fridge when we just pulled it out.
I actually ate a few of those plain noodles.
Did you? Oh, cold. Probably cold.
They were bad. Yeah.
I really like this scene, actually. Taylor, you did a great job acting this all out.
Thanks.
Her performance is Oscar worthy.
Oh God.
You won Best Actress at the film festival, didn't you?
She did.
Yeah, sure did.
Hey!
back in my prime.
What's going on? No, I want you to leave. Leave? I'm here to help.
part.
I don't want your help. Just take your stuff and get out. Leave. Fine. Here's your Razorback.
Vanessa, what is going on in here?
None of your business.
You need to get rid of the attitude.
I love that look,
really
Taylor. That was
sorry.
great.
I don't know what's going on with her.
Angry teenager look. Annoying.
Good eye roll.
So she gets called down to the counselor's office.
I really love the muffled sounds. Yeah, where she's like not even there, but she's there.
Yeah.
So good.
It's like it's in her head.
Yeah.
She doesn't even want to
Blocking it out.
And you look so sincere, Mrs. Mados, and you're really giving good advice. I was just blocking you out.
Yeah. Well, I think you're a great school counselor. I mean, the kids are going
Thanks,
to
Jay.
see you.
The best.
This is something
Thank
great.
you guys. My gosh. I don't just play one on TV.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Well, there it's interesting because you have a friend who reaches out and you're hurting yourself and you tell an adult and you feel betrayed in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And so you feel like, well, maybe she isn't a real friend. What do you guys think about that?
From my perspective, I see that a lot. I see where the students are initially upset that a friend came, and basically called them out on something, and then I call them in. But then after the fact, days, weeks, sometimes even years later, they'll come back and they understand why, and they're so glad that friend went and got help for them.
I was just gonna say, I think kind of what Mrs. Maida said, like I think in the moment you feel like betrayed that someone would, like a friend would do that, but later on I think people will be glad that they have someone there that cares enough.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
I found this in your room today. I got a call from the school counselor. Vanessa, let me see. Let me see.
You happy now?
That was such a good look. Taylor, that was so good.
Kelly,
that was great too. And I really like how we actually don't even get to see the cuts, but what we see is the mom's response to the cuts.
I thought that was really
her
good.
hurt. You don't get to see Taylor's hurt. You get to see the mom's hurt to her child cutting.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen Taylor's hurt all along, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True.
I like this part.
I agree.
We just did a lot of experimenting right here. What'd you say, Abby?
I said I remember talking about this scene when we were trying to write the script and we wanted it to feel like the walls were closing in around her. Do you remember having that discussion?
Yeah.
But I remember saying we wanted it to feel like everything was just closing in on her. Stuck there. And then she had to figure out if she wanted to get out or not. And I think that we brought that to life really well, and Taylor acted it out.
I did try to like picture how I'd be feeling, because like I can't really imagine, because I personally like haven't gone through it, but I know like a lot of people have, and I was trying to like, you know, that's a hard thing. Your mom just found out, your friend called you out, you're talking to the counselor about it.
I like how you can hear her.
Okay, listen, I'm getting ready for the basketball game. Do you want to go? I could come pick you up. Yeah. I'd like that.
Here it is.
Oh, it's got chills.
All right, so now let's just have a conversation. What is it like to see it 2.5 years later, first off?
Just the acting, and like me and Abby, we were friends then, and like we're still friends now, so I guess just kind of seeing the way we like just interacting together, it's weird.
I think it's also hard to watch it as the actors or actresses, because you're just so hypocritical of yourself. But
yeah,
are you kind of like cringing while you're watching or something, or
yeah, a little bit.
A little cringy,
a little bit uncomfortable. But taking a step back later and saying like, oh, that was me back then, you know, I look different, I act different now. It's easier to take yourself out of the situation and watch the video for what it is and the message that we were trying to portray.
What would you say to somebody who's watching this video and they don't feel like they have support? They don't feel like anybody understands. They feel alone.
I do think that, yes, it's okay for people to see a counselor, but that could be a different person for everybody. It's not just a counselor that can help you in that situation. Hopefully everybody has at least one person, you know, whether it's a family member or a teacher or a friend at school or somebody you even haven't even talked to in a while. But you know that at one point they were there for you, and you know, just having that courage to reach out to them.
I went to Miss Mados as Abby, not as somebody who worked with OK Inc. and needed help. If you have to reach out to somebody, like there's no reason to be embarrassed about it. If you don't have that support system at home, you don't have a parent or a sibling to go to, find a friend, anybody, a counselor, a teacher. And I know
think there's a stigma to going to the school counselor.
Yes,
there is.
Yeah. It's sad, but there is.
Sure.
What is the stigma? That you're weak or you're
something? Yeah. I think that like you have issues, like, and when really it's like the best possible thing at a school, because I feel like so many school age kids go through things and need to talk to a counselor.
Well, it's funny too. You said, you know, when you go to the counselor, it's like people think you have issues. Well, everybody has issues.
Exactly.
Everybody
exactly.
has issues, you know. I saw one comment on here. It said, she's a pretty girl and this is pretty heartbreaking. So what does that play into it? Like your looks, like because you're pretty, do you not have issues?
People who are pretty or people who are popular, like the typical pretty cheerleader girl can't, you know, I'm not saying you have to be a cheerleader to be perfect, but there's that stigma, you know, that personality out there. And I feel like a lot of times people think that that person has it all together, or even the good looking football player, great guy, whatever, you know, that stereotype, that person is totally fine. They have it all together. They have a great home life. They have no mental health problems, whatever. But that's not true. It doesn't matter how you
agree.
or what you go home to. There's always something going on in somebody's life, and there's always something you don't know about.
I know even with like celebrities, people, you always see like them posting about like their mental health issues, and like you wouldn't suspect that because, oh, they're making $1 million and they have a best-selling album, but like they still have issues on the inside that they like need to talk about. I think as we progress, like as a society, like it's becoming more and more normal, like how we were talking about the school counselor thing. Like I think it's become less and less of a stigma, and like we're kind of normalizing it to like get help, and we're kind of making it like okay to like not be okay, you know what I mean? Like I think it's getting better.
Do you feel like social media has played into self-harm at all?
I think it's like looks, you know, not looking skinny enough or not having enough curves or not having a pretty enough face. I have to like kind of sometimes take a step back because even I get like kind not insecure, but it kind of just makes you feel like, oh, like should I, you know, change my hair, change like, you know, the way anything about yourself. And it's like sometimes you have to take a step back and realize like it's just social media, like it's not real life. You know what I mean? It is, but it's not.
Well, hey, let me say this before we sign off. I think it's great that you're both, you know, in college. Abby going to be a nurse. Taylor maybe going to be a doctor someday or whatever you end up doing. I think that's awesome how you want to help people. And hopefully we've been able to help shine some light on cutting and self-harm with our short film. Kelly and Mrs. Matus, I know you both agree with me there. That's awesome to see these two students doing that, and they're still continuing to do that, hopefully here and in the future. So we just wish the best to you. We thank you for all that you've done with us in the past and all that you're going to do for our society in the future. So thanks so much, and we'll catch you guys later. This was fun.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, Jay. Thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Good luck.
Bye.
Yeah.